Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will study set theory, permutation and combination. First of all, we will understand what is union set. These are this set theory we have studied in our secondary level and also in higher secondary level. So I will just recap a few things so that it will refresh your mind. So union means common and uncommon. So union operation means we need to take common and uncommon all. So for example, we have here two sets. Set A has 5 elements, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9. So whatever you see inside the bracket, whatever you see inside this bracket, these are the elements of set A. These are the elements of set A. So elements of set A are 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9. So these are the elements of set B, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. So now we want to find out A union B. So this sign is called union. This sign is called union. According to set language, this is called union. So A union B. So that means we will take common and uncommon all elements. But none of the elements should come twice. So no duplication, no overlapping should be there. But we will take common and uncommon all. So here, as you can see, here we have 1. Here we have 2. 3, 4, 5, and here you have 6, 7, and we have then 9. So we will have like that. So A union B will be, elements of A union B will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. So pay attention. This is set A. This is set A. So the shaded area we have here is set A. This is set B. This shaded area is the set B. This shaded area is the set B. And together the total shaded area is A union B. Total shaded area is A union B. So this one and this one is the total area occupied by these two circles. Total area occupied by these two circles is the A union B. Right. So total area occupied by these two circles is A union B. So we can call it another way, like either A or B, either A or B or both. Pay attention. This is the both part. So here this is the common part. So this is the common part where A also there and B also there. So this is the common part. This area is the common part where A is also there, B is also there. So this is the common part where A is also there and B is also there. So A union B we can call it like either A or B or both parts, or the both parts. So A union B is the total area occupied by the shaded area. Intersection. According to set language, intersection means only common items, only common elements. So according to set language, intersection means only. Right. So here intersection, according to set language, intersection means common elements only. So here again, set A is this one, set B is this one. So A intersection B, this one is the A intersection B. This is the intersection sign. This is the intersection sign. So we want to find out the A intersection B. So that means we will take only common elements. So here in this set we have 2, but in set B we do not have 2. So it's not common. So here we have 3 and also we have 3 here. So 3 is common. So we will take 3 here. And then we have 4 here, but we do not have 4 in set B. So this is not common. So here we have 5 and in set B also we have 5. So this is common element. So 5 is common between both the sets. And none of the elements, other than that, none of the elements are common. So that means in set A and B, among set A and B, we can see that only 3 and 5 element 3 and 5 is common. So that means 3 and 5 is the A intersection B. So A intersection B is 3 and 5. Right. So now the complements. So pay attention. Complements means other than that. So for example, B intersection, for example, if you want to find out B, so if you want to find out B prime, so here B prime means all elements other than this. So B prime means all elements other than B, all elements other than B. So B prime means all elements other than B. Similarly, A prime means a complementary set of A. A prime or AC is the complementary set of A. So that means all other elements outside set A. So complements means A intersection B prime. For example, if you want to find out the A intersection B prime, some people may write it like this way. So some people, they may write it like A intersection B prime. So B prime is the B complementary set. So B prime here is the complementary set of B. So again, some people may write it like BC. So that means complementary set of B. So A intersection B prime or A intersection BC is equal to A minus B. So from set A, we need to remove the elements of B. So from set A, we need to remove the elements of B. So that means the portion where A is there but B is not there. So that means the portion where A is there but B is not there. So that means the portion or area where A is there but B is not there. So that means the portion or area where A is there but B is not there. So that means A intersection B prime, or we may call it A intersection BC, or we may also call it, we will remove A minus B. That means from A we will remove set B. From set A we will remove the common elements between A and B. So that means A minus B means from set A we will remove the common elements between A and B. That means from set A we will remove the elements of B. That means the portion or area where A is there but B is not there. That means the portion where only A is there. That means the portion or area where only A is there but B is not there. So we can see that this is the area. This is the area where only A is there but B is not there. This is the area where A is there but B is not there. So that means this is the portion that will be called A intersection B prime. So from set A we are removing the elements of set B. So this is set B, this is the set B. So this is set A. From set A we are removing the elements of B. So this is the shaded area. The shaded area here will be called A intersection B prime. Right. So now here, so the shaded area is the A intersection B prime. So it means here in this shaded area, only A is there, but B is not there. So that means in this shaded area, only A is there, B is not there. Right. So again, B intersection A prime, or we can call it B intersection AC. You can write it either way, B intersection A prime, or you can write C. So B intersection A prime or B intersection AC, which means B has but A does not have. B has but A does not have. So again, one more thing. So A intersection B prime, A intersection B prime. So from set A, we will eliminate. So we will eliminate elements of B. So that means from set A, we will remove elements of B. So here we can see 3 is also in set B. 3 is also in set B. So we will remove that. Right. Again, we can see that 5 is common. So 5 is also in set B. So A intersection B prime, if you remove elements of B, if you remove elements of set B from set A, what we got is 3 and 5 will be removed. 3 is there in the set B, 5 is there in set B. So we will remove these 3 and 5 from set A. So we will have 2, 4, 9. Similarly, B intersection A prime, from that means B intersection A prime is only B should be there. B intersection A prime means only B should be there, A should not be there. So that means we will remove elements of set A. So we will remove elements of set A. So now as you can see here, 3 is common. So that means 3 is in set A. We will remove that one. 5 is also common. 5 is also common. We will remove that one. So only set B is 167. So only set B is 167. So that means in B intersection A prime, only elements of B will be there. Elements of A should not be there. So I'm saying again, B intersection A prime, only elements of set B should be there. Elements of set A should not be there. So this is the shaded area. In this shaded area, only elements of set B is there. Set A is not there. So set A is not there. Now we have already discussed this one, A union B prime. A union B prime. So A union B prime is equal to A. The formula for A union B prime is equal to A plus B minus A intersection B. So A union B prime is this one. This one. So that means total area covered by these two circle. Total area covered by these two circle is A union B prime. Total area covered by these two circle. Total area covered by this shaded area is A union B prime. A union B prime. So here set A, we will add set A. We will also add set B. So to find out A union B prime, to find out the total area occupied by this circle and this circle, we need to add this circle. We need to add this circle A plus B. That means A plus B. But remember, when you add this circle, when you add this full set, you are taking the common element. You are considering the A intersection B prime. You are also considering the common part. That means A intersection B prime. Again, when you add B also, when you add set B or circle B also, in that case also you are adding A intersection B, that means this is the common part again. So that means this common part, if you add A and if you add B, in that case this common part will be added twice. This common part will be added twice. But as I said, this common part should be there only once. But if you add set A, if you add set B, this common part will be there twice. So we need to remove it for once. So that means the formula is A plus B minus A intersection B. So A plus B minus A intersection B. So that means just a minute. So that means A intersection B will be A union B. So A union B, if you want to find out A union B, you need to add set A, also you need to add set B. So to find out A union B, you need to add this circle, you need to add circle B also. So when you add this circle, when you add circle A, when you add circle B, this common part will be added twice. I'm repeating, when you add this circle, you are already considering this circle, that means this full area, that means you are considering this area as well, that is A intersection B. Again, when you add this circle, again you are also adding this part, again you are also adding the common part, that is A intersection B. So A intersection B, if you add circle A with circle B, that means in that case A intersection B will be added twice. So but we need only this part, we need only common part, we need only this one for once. So that means we need to deduct A intersection B. Right. In short, we may write it. In short, we may write it A plus B minus AB. So that means A intersection B, we can just write it like AB. A intersection B, we can just write it like AB. So A plus B minus AB. So this portion we can write it like only AB. Only AB. So that means this portion we can write it like A intersection B or just AB. Right. So again we can write another formula. So that means A union B, we can write another formula. This is another formula. So A union B, we can also write it like this way. So first of all, this part, this is the part where A is only there. This is the part where only A is there. That is this part. That means this part only A is there. So you can add the area where only A is there, and again you can add the area where only B is there. That is B intersection A prime. And you can also consider the area where AB is there, both part is there, where both part is there, AB is there. So I'm saying again, so if you want to find out the total area covered by these two circles, that is A union B, if you want to find out the area of A union B, if you want to find out the formula of A union B, what you can do, you can add the area where only A is there, and then you can add the area where both AB is there, and then you can also add the area where only B is there, So that means first we will add the area where only A is there, that is A intersection B prime. Then we will add the area where AB is there, both A and B is there, and then we will add the area where only B is there, B intersection A prime. So another formula of A union B, another formula for A union B is A intersection B prime, that means only A is there, and then both AB is there, that is A intersection B, and here B intersection A prime, that means only B is there, right. Universal set U, that means the total area occupied by this rectangular box. Universal set, that means all area or full area covered by this rectangular box. That means universal set is the area covered by this full rectangular box. That means the shaded area and the white portion. That means A union B is the shaded area and the area outside the shaded area outside the circle, that means the white portion. That is the total area occupied by the rectangle. That is the total area occupied by this rectangle is the universal set. So the universal set means A union B. Universal set, the formula for universal set will be A union B, that is the A union B is the total area covered by these two circle. So total area covered by these two circle is A union B, and the white portion, remember in the white portion, in this portion, the area inside the rectangle but outside the circle, area inside the rectangle but outside the circle, area inside this rectangle but outside the circle, that is the white portion inside the rectangle. Is the area where A is not there. This white portion, area inside the rectangle where the white portion, the white area or white portion inside the rectangle is the area where A is not there, B is also not there. A is not there, B is also not there. So we will name it like A prime intersection B prime. We will name it like A prime, that is A is not there. A prime means A is not there. B prime means B is also not there. So that means union means both. So both A is not there. So A prime means A is not there. B prime means B is not there. And intersection means both. So that means the area where both A is not there and B is not there. So area where both A is not there and B is not there. This is the white portion. So this is the white portion. So we can write it like so A prime intersection B prime is the area where both A is not there and also B is not there. So that means This is the area. So the white portion is the area. White portion is the area where A is not there, and union means both, and B prime means B is not there. So that means A prime B prime is the area where A is not there and B is not there. So union means and both. So that means A prime B prime is the A prime intersection B prime is the area where both A is not there and B is not there. So in short, we can write it like this. Right, so in short we can write A prime B prime, A prime B prime. In short we can write A prime B prime. So that means the area, the white portion inside the rectangle, white portion inside the rectangle where A is not there, B is not there. That means the white portion inside the rectangle where both A is not there, that means A prime, and B is not there, that is B prime. So A intersection B prime, we can, in short we can write it A prime B prime, A prime B prime. So that means the universal set, the full area, universal set, that means the full area occupied by the rectangle, universal set, that means the total area occupied by the rectangle is the area, is the shaded area plus the white portion, and shaded area can be identified as, shaded area is the A union B, and the white portion is the A prime A prime intersection B prime. I am saying again, total area occupied by the rectangle is universal set, and universal set is the total area where A union B prime is there plus white portion, which is white portion is A prime intersection B prime, or in short we can write A prime B prime. In short we can write A prime B prime. So that means universal set is the A union B plus, that means the shaded area plus the white area, which is A prime intersection B prime. So we can write it like A plus B, A union B, A union B. The formula for A union B is A plus B minus AB. So A plus B, in short we can write A plus B minus AB plus A prime intersection B prime. So we can write in short A prime B prime. So the formula for universal set, the formula for universal set is A plus B minus AB plus A prime B prime, A prime B prime. So that's the formula. Right, so now let's study set A. Let's study set A. Now let's study question number 1. Question number 1. So here in question number 1, if set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means elements of set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and elements of set B is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and elements of set C is 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So right, so here the question is asking us to find out A union B bracket intersection C. So always remember, you need to deal with the bracket portion first. So you need to find out the A union B portion first, because there is a bracket there. So it will get priority. So A union B, that means common and uncommon, all, everything. So here we can see that A is 1 to 5, So that means 2 and 4 we have already there in A, so we don't need to include that. So, and additionally we will have 6 at 8 and 10. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 and 10. So that means we will include all elements of A and B, but none of the elements should come twice. And also remember, you need to write the elements in sequential order. So now this is A union B. So now we want to find out A union B bracket intersection C. So intersection means common. This is intersection means common. So that is, we want to find out this. So that means this is A union B, this is A union B, and this is intersection. That means we will take only common between these two sets. This is C, right? This is set C. So we want to take only common elements between these two sets. So what are the things common? 1 2 is not there, it's not there in set C. So 3 is common. We can see that 3 is common here and 3 is also here. So now 6 is here and 6 is also there. So 6 is common. 3 and 6 is common. So 3 and 6 is common. So this is the answer. Now we want to find out A union bracket B intersection C. So as I said before, we need to first solve the bracket portion. So that means B intersection C. So that means we want to find out B. Set B is, this one is set B. Set B, and then we have an intersection there. And we want to find out B intersection C. So this is C. So we want to find out common elements between these two sets. So intersection is there. So common elements. So we can see that 6 is common. Only 6 is common. So that means only 6 is common. Now we want to find out A union B bracket B intersection C. So now we want to find out A, that means this is set A. This is set A, and then we want to find out union B intersection C. This is B intersection C. So this is set A, and this is B intersection C. This portion, this is the answer of B. This is what we got from B intersection C. So B intersection C is this one. We want to do in union. So union means like common and uncommon, everything. So the answer is, so these are the things not common, and this is also not common. So we will take all. So we will have 1 2 3 4 5 6. Right. So now question 2. If set A is 1 2 3, if elements of set A is 1 2 3 4, elements of set B is 3 4 5 6, and elements of set C is 4 5 6 7. In that case, we want to find out A union B prime. So that means from A we want to remove the elements of B. So from A we want to remove the elements of B. I'm saying again, A intersection B prime means from set A we will remove the elements of set B. Right, so from this is set A, this is set A, and from set A we want to remove the elements of set B. We want to remove the elements of set B. This is set B. So that means from set A we want to remove the elements of set B. So we can see that 3 and 4, 3 and these two elements is also there in set B. These two elements is also there in set B. So that means, so from set A we will remove these two elements. From set A we will remove this. From set, this is set A. This one is set A. This one is set A. This one is set A, and from set A we will remove elements of set B. These two elements are also there in set B. So we will remove. This is set B. So these elements are also in the, you will find these two elements in also in the set B. So we will remove these two elements to get A minus B or A intersection B prime. So A intersection B prime will be only 1 and 2. So this is A intersection B. A intersection B prime. This is A intersection B prime. Now question number 2 is asking us to find out A union B bracket and then intersection C prime. So that means first of all we want to find out A union B. So we want to find out A union B. That means we want to find out A union B first, and from A in union B we will remove C. We will remove C. C prime means we will remove C. So from A union B, so from A union B we will remove C. We will remove C because intersection C prime means from A union B we will remove C. First of all we want to find out A union B. So A, this is A, this is set A, and we want to do union. So this is union and A union B. So this is set B. This is set B. This is set B. So excuse me. So this is set A, this is set A, and this is set B, and we want to do union. Union means common, uncommon, everything. So 1 2 3 4, 3 4 is common also here. So 1 2 3 4 and 5 6. So common, uncommon, everything. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4, 3 4 is also here. This is common, doesn't matter, we will have already included it, and 5 6 is uncommon, we will also include it. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is A union B. Now A union B C prime means from A union B we will remove C. C prime means we will remove C. Right. So A union B, this is A union B. So this is A, and from A we will remove C. We will remove C. So C is this one. So from A union B, this is A union B, this is A union B, from A union B. So this is A union B, and from A union B we will remove C. This is C. So we can see that 4 5 6 is also available in C. This is C. So from this one got 4 5 6, this one also we can see we have 4 5 6. So this 4 5 6 will be removed, need to be removed, because this 4 5 6 is also there in this one. So this 4 5 6 need to be removed from this one. So we will have only 1 2 3 in this one. 1 2 3. So I'm saying again, from this one, that is from this one we will remove any elements of C. So from these one we will remove any elements of C, that is A union B bracket intersection C prime. Intersection C prime means we will remove elements of C from A union B. So we will remove elements of C from A union B. So this is A union B, this is A union B, and from these one we will remove elements of C. Elements of C. We can see that this 4, 5, 6, this 4, 5, 6, these three elements are from C. These three elements also there in set C. These three elements are also there in set C. So we will remove these one. So we will be left with only 1, 2, 3. Only 1, 2, 3. This is the answer. Right. So now we want to find out A intersection B intersection C prime. Right. So that means we will first find out B bracket portion. We will first find out the bracket portion, that is B intersection C. We will first find out B intersection C, and then we will first find out B intersection C, and then we will remove these one. We will remove these one from set A. That means set A minus B intersection C prime. That means prime means that one should be removed. Prime means these one should be removed. So that means from set A, these one B intersection C should be removed. Right. So first of all we need to find out the B intersection C prime. So B intersection C prime. This is set B. This is set B. Intersection this is C. This is C. Right. So this is set E, B, and this is set C. We want to do intersection. Intersection means common only. So that means here we can see 4 is common. Here we have 4. Here also we have 4. So 4 is common. 5 and 6 is also common. 5 and 6 is also common. So B intersection C is 4, 5, 6. B intersection C is 4, 5, 6. So from set A we will remove this one. From set A we will remove this one. So from set A is this one. Minus B intersection C. Minus B intersection C. So this is B intersection C. So that means this is set A. This is set A, and from set A we will remove any elements of this one, B intersection C. So that means from the first one, from this one we will remove any elements from this one. So that means we can see 4 is here and 4 is there also. So that means from this one 4 need to be removed. 4 need to be removed. So we will be left with 1, 2 and 3. So we will be left with 1, 2, 3. So this is the answer. This is the answer. Right. Now question number 3. In a recent survey of 400 students, of 400 students in a school. So in a recent survey of 400 students in a school, that means in that school, that means in that school 400 students are there, or that means survey was made on 400 students available in that school. So total students surveyed is 400. Total students surveyed is 400. So in a recent survey of 400 students in a school, that means total students surveyed in that school is 400. That's the total student. That means this is the universal set. Total students, that means this is the universal set. 100 were listed as smokers. So 100 students, out of 400 students, 100 were listed as smokers, 150 as gum chewers, 75 students were listed as both smokers and gum chewers. Find out how many students were neither smokers nor gum chewers. So here total students, that is universal set, is 400. Let us denote, let us name as smokers, let us name it as S. So smokers, we have 100 students. So smokers, we have total 100 smokers. We have total 100 smokers. Smokers, so we name that category as S. Gum chewers, let us name it as G. Let us name that category as G. So we can see that 150 students gum chewers. 150 students were gum chewers. So gum chewers, the category G is 150. Now 75 were listed as both smokers and gum chewers. 75 students were listed as both smokers and gum chewers. So remember, whenever you see the term both, whenever you see the term both and this one and, so whenever you see the term both and this one and, so in that case you will should understand that this is a intersection. This is a intersection, that means common. So these students, these 75 students, they smoke, at the same time they chew gums. So they do both. So both smoker and gum chewer, that means smoker we denote it as, this is S category, and gum chewer is G category. So both smoker and gum chewer, that means they do both. So S intersection G. If it is both, you will have a intersection. If it is and, in that case also you will have a intersection, S intersection G. So in short we can call it just SG, which is 75, So the question is asking, find out how many students were neither smokers nor gum chewers. That means the white portion. So if you that means if I bring that one there, let me copy it. So here, for example, this is smokers, this is gum chewers. So obviously the full shaded area is S union G, and the formula of this one should be what? S plus G minus S intersection G. So that should be the formula. Right. So the white portion is the one. White portion should be S prime G prime. So in short we can call it S prime G prime. So that means the white portion will be S prime G prime. That means they don't smoke. S prime means they don't smoke. S prime means this S prime. S prime means they don't smoke. At the same time, they don't. G prime means they don't chew gums. So that means S prime G prime means they don't smoke. At the same time, they don't chew gums. So that means S prime G prime is the white portion. The question is asking us to find out how many students were neither smokers nor gum chewers. So that means they want us to find out the white portion, that is the S prime G prime. So they want us to find out neither smoker nor gum chewer, that means S prime G prime, S prime intersection G prime, or in short we can call it just S prime G prime. There is the white portion. That means we want to find out how many students fall in the white portion category. Now total student, that means total students will fall in this rectangular box. So total student is 400. So total student means S union G. Total student means the shaded portion. Total students means S union G plus S prime G prime. Total students, that means total student is 400. That means the total area occupied by the full rectangle. Occupied by the full rectangle is, first of all, we will get the shaded area, and shaded area is S union G. Shaded area is S union G, and the white portion is S prime G prime. S prime G prime. Now we know that S union G, the formula for union is we will first add individual portion. That means we will first add S with G, and then we will deduct SG, and then we will deduct the SG, that means the common part. SG means the common part, right? And then we have S prime G prime, S prime intersection G prime. We can just write it like S prime G prime, S prime intersection G prime. We can write it as S prime G prime. So total student is 400. We have total 400 students, right? So out of that, 100 is S category, 100 falls in S category, 150 falls in G category, and 75 students falls in SG category. 75 students falls in SG category, right? So this is SG is 75. So we can see that now if you solve it, you will see that S prime G prime is 225. That means students who do not smoke at the same time do not chew gums is 225 students. That means they are good students. Now the question number 4. Out of 500 car owners investigated, 400 owned Fiat cars. That means this is the total car owners investigated. So this is the total number. So this is universal set. So out of 500 car owners investigated, 400 owned Fiat cars, 200 owned Ambassador car, and 50 owned both Fiat and Ambassador cars. The question is this data correct? So we can see that this is the total number of car owners investigated. So this is universal set. So total car owners is 500. Total car owners universal is set is 500. So out of 500 car owners, 400 owned Fiat cars. Out of 500 car owners, 400 they own Fiat cars. 200 owned Ambassador cars. So let's denote it as Fiat owners. We denote it as F. Fiat owners, the owner who own Fiat car, let us denote it as F, which is 400. So 400 owned Fiat cars. So we name it as F. So set F is 400. 200 owned Ambassador cars. So Ambassador owners. So Ambassador owners, let us name it as A. From these one we name it as A. So which is 200 owned Ambassador cars. Now 50 owned both Fiat and Ambassador cars. As I said, that means 50 owner, they own Fiat and also Ambassador, right? So this is intersection. whenever you see the term both is there and this one is there and is there, in that case this is intersection. So both Fiat and Ambassador owners. So Fiat means F category, Ambassador means A category, and both means both, and both means intersection. Both means intersection. If you see both and this one and, in that case this will be intersection. So Fiat intersection Ambassador, that is F intersection A, or in short we can just pronounce it as FA. We can just write it as FA. So FA, 50 owned both. So FA is 50. So now we know the formula. We know the formula that union set is F union A plus F prime A prime. It should be F prime A prime. Right. So total student is universal set. Total student is universal set. So universal set should be, this is the shaded area, this is the shaded area, this is the shaded area, and the white portion, and the white portion. So that means universal set is this is the shaded area, union set F union A, and this is the F prime A prime, that is the white portion. Right. So we all know by now that in F union A means F plus A minus FA. That's the formula. F union A means F plus A minus FA plus F prime A prime plus F prime A prime. So universal set, universal total car owner is 500. Total car owner we have is 500. So total car owner is 500. So we can see that now if you put the value, we can see that F is equal to 400, A is equal to 200, FA is 550, FA is 50, FA is 50, plus S prime G prime we don't know is equal to 500. So if you solve it, we can see that F prime A prime is minus 50. F prime A prime is equal to minus 50. So that means F prime A prime is minus 50, which means that number of car owner who do not own Fiat and also do not own Ambassador. So number of car owner who neither own Fiat nor Ambassador is minus 50. So remember, the number of owner cannot be negative. It can be 0. It can be 0. No owner can be there. If the answer is 0, that means number of owner who neither have Fiat nor Ambassador is 0. So, but it cannot be negative. Number of person, number of owner cannot be negative. So that means the data is not correct. Because F union A should not exceed universal set. That means I can write it in another way also. For example, F union A, we can also prove it in different way also. F union A, let us find what is F union A. Let us find what is F union A. So F union A is F plus A minus FA, and now we know F is equal to 400 plus A is equal to 200 minus minus FA. If minus FA is 50, minus FA is 50. So what we get? 400 plus 200, 400 plus 200 is 600, minus 50 is equal to 550. 550. That means total number of owner who have either fiat, total number of owners who have either fiat or ambassador or both is 550. That means total number of owner, but it cannot be total number of owner who has either fiat or ambassador or both is 550, but it cannot be because this is the shaded area. Shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. Shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. This is the shaded area. Shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. Rectangular area, that is the universal set. Total number of owner is 500. Total number of owner is 500. But the shaded area is saying that shaded area got 550 owner. So it cannot be. We have total 500 owners. Total 500 owners. But shaded area shows that total owner is shaded area got 550 owner. It cannot be. That means the shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. Shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. Let me show you here. Let me bring this one. So for example, this is F, this is A, this is F, this is A. So obviously this one should be F, this one should be A. So this one should be F, this one should be A, this one should be F, this one should be A, this one should be F, this one should be A. So now pay attention. Here, after calculation, we have seen that the answer of this one is 550. But it cannot be. The total area, total shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. The rectangular area shows that we have total 500 owners. Rectangular area, total car owner, rectangular area means the total car owner is 500. But after calculation, we have seen that F union A is 550. So F union A is the shaded area. F union A is the shaded area. The total shaded area, total shaded area cannot exceed the rectangular area. So that means the data is not correct. The data is not correct. It can be, and again this can be, it can be the F prime A prime, the white portion. F prime A prime, the white portion, it can be 0 or more than 0, but it cannot be negative. Area cannot be negative. So that means the data is not correct. The data is not correct because F union A should not exceed universal set, or F prime A prime should not be less than 0. Should not be less than 0. That's the answer of question number 4. That's the answer. Question number 5. In a certain government office, out of 400 employees, that is the total number of employees, 150 employees are male, 276 employees are university graduates, 212 employees are married, 94 male, that means they are male. 94 males are university graduates, 151 employees are married university graduates, 119 are married men, that is male, 72 married male university graduates. Find the number of unmarried women who are not university graduates. Right. So first of all, in a certain government office, out of 400 employees, that means that is the total number of employees in an office. So total number of employees, that is universal set, is 400 male employees. So out of that 400 employees, 150 employees are male. So male employees, let us denote it as M. Let us name it as M. So male employees, that is M, is 150. So obviously, if 150 employees are male, if 150 employees are male, the remaining are female. So that means if 150 employees are male, in that case the remaining are female. So female employees is 400 minus 150, 400 minus 400 minus 150 is equal to 250. I am saying again, total number of employee is 400. Out of 400 employees, 150 employees are male. So male employee is, that is we denote it as M, is 150. So the remaining employees are female, that is M prime. So if the male employees are M, so female employees will be M prime, that is M prime, that is the other than M, that is M prime, which is 250. Right. 212 employees are, right, or one more thing here, 270 employees are university graduates. 276 employees are university graduates. So university graduates, let us name it as G for graduate. So university graduates, let us name it as G, which is 276. 276 employees are university graduates. So let us name it as graduate for G for graduate. So graduate are 276 employees are university graduates. So G is 276. So if 276 employees are university graduate, other employees are not university graduate. So not graduate. So not graduate will be G prime. So university graduate, if we name university graduate as G, in that case not university graduate will be G prime. Not university graduate will be G prime, which is the remaining employees. That means the remaining employees are not university graduate. So that is G prime. If this one is G, this one will be G prime, which is what? Which is 400 minus 276, which is equal to 124. So now 151 employees are married university graduate. 150 employees are married university graduate. So 150 employees are married university graduate. And then 119 are married men. 119 are married men. Right. One more thing. 212 employees are, so I am saying again, 276 employees are university graduates. So university graduates, that is G, we name it as G, is 276. If 276 employees are university graduate out of 400 employees, the remaining employees, that is 124 employees, remaining employees are not university graduate. So if G stands for university graduate, so not university graduate will be G prime, which is 124. 212 employees are married. 212 12 employees are married. So married, let us name it as A. Married, let us name it as A. We cannot name it as M, because M, the name M, or we have already assigned it to this one. We cannot name this one as M, because M, the name M has been given to this one already. So let us name it as, what's in a name? We can name it as anything. So married, let us name it as A. So married, how many employees are married? 212 employees are married. 212 employees are married. So 212 employees are married. 212 employees are married. Obviously, the remaining employees are not married. Remaining employees are not married then. Remaining employees are not married then. So remaining employees, that means this one. So remaining employees are not married, that is unmarried. If we denote married as A, in that case unmarried will be A prime. Unmarried will be A prime, which is the remaining employees. Remaining employees. So remaining employees are unmarried. So 400 minus 212 is 188 employees are not married. That is unmarried. Right. 94 males are university graduates. 94 male employees are university graduate. 94 male employees are university graduate. So that means 94 employees are male. So we have already know male means M. We already know male means M. So 94 employees are male. At the same time, they are also university graduate. So 94 employees are male. Male means M. Male means M. Male means M. So 94 employees are male, which is M, and university graduate. And university graduate. So we know that if we see that and is there, that means 94 employees are both male, that is M, and university graduate, that is G. University graduate is G. So 94 employees are, that is M intersection G or MG in short. M intersection G or MG, that is 90, which is 94. That is 94 employees are M and G, that is male and graduate. Male and graduate, which is 94. 151 employees are married university graduate. 151 employees are married university graduate. That means they are married, and married means A. Married means A. So 150 employees are married. Married means A. At the same time, they are also graduate. At the same time, they are also graduate. University graduate means G. So AG is 151. So AG or A intersection G is 151. 119 are married men. We know that married means M. Married means A. Married means A. So 119 are married, which is A, and men means male. Men means male. Men means male, which is M. I'm saying again, 119 employees are married. Married means A, and they are also men. Men means male. Male is M. So AM is 119. So A intersection M or AM is 119. 72 employees are married male graduates. So 72 employees are married. Married means A. Married means A. So married means A. So 72 employees are married male. Male means M. Male means M. So AM and university graduates. So 72 employees are married, which is A, male, which is M, university graduate, which is G. So AMG. AMG is, that means 72 employees are A and also M and also G. So AMG, so A intersection M intersection G, which is in short we can call it AMG, is 72. So the question is asking us to find the number of unmarried women. Question is asking us to find the number of unmarried women who are not university graduate. Find the number of unmarried women. Unmarried women. So unmarried means A prime. Unmarried means A prime. Woman. Woman means female. Woman means female. So M prime. So find the number of unmarried. Unmarried means A prime. Woman means female. Female means M prime. So A prime, M prime, who are not university graduate. Not graduate means G prime. So we want to find out A prime, M prime and G prime. So find A prime, M prime and G prime. So that means A prime intersection M prime intersection G prime, which is M prime, A prime, M prime, G prime. So I'm saying again, find the number of unmarried. Unmarried means A prime, unmarried means find the number of unmarried. Unmarried means A prime. Woman. Woman means female. Woman means female, which is M prime. So A prime, M prime, who are not university graduate. Not university graduate is G prime. So we need to find out A prime, M prime, G prime. So A prime intersection M prime intersection G prime, that is this one. That is the white portion. So now let us check this one. For example, this circle is A. This circle, so this circle is A. This circle is M. So that means this is A. This is A, that means married. This is M, that is male, and G means, and this is G. This is G, which is graduate. So total area covered by these three circle. Total area covered by these three circle is AMG. Sorry. Total area covered by this three circle is A union M union G. So total area covered by this three circle is A union M union G. So total area covered by this three circle is A union M union G. So we want to find out A prime, M prime, G prime. That is the outside portion of the circle. That is the outside portion of the circle. The formula for A union M union G. Formula for this one is, first of all, we will add these three. So A plus M plus G minus AM. That is, first we will take this one, these two, that is minus AM. Then we will minus mg. So minus mg. And then we will minus A and G. A and G. So A plus M plus G minus AM minus mg minus AG. Minus AG. So like that way. Plus AMG. Plus AMG. So that's the formula. So A union M union G will be A plus M plus G minus these two AM minus these two MG, and then this one and this one minus AG plus AMG plus AMG. So if you put the value, if you put all the values there, you will see that A union M union G, that is the total area, total number of employees fall within this circle. Total number of employees fall within these three circle. That is total area occupied by these three circle is 346. That means total number of employees fall within this circle is 346. That means we know that total number of employees is 400. That means the total area occupied by the rectangle is 400, and total area occupied by this 3 circle is 346. So A prime, M prime, G prime will be the remaining. So A prime, M prime, G prime will be 400 minus 346, which is 54 employees. Right. So that's the answer. Question number 7. Out of 1000 students who appeared for CA intermediate examination. So out of 1000 students who appeared for CA intermediate examination, CA means Chartered Accountancy intermediate examination. So this is the total students, this is the total number of students who appeared for CA intermediate examination. 750 failed in math. So 750 students failed in math. 600 failed in accounting. 600 failed in costing. 400 failed in both math and accounting. 400 failed in both math and costing. 150 students failed in accounting and costing. The students who failed in all 3 subjects were 75. Do you think the above data is correct? So total students is universal set, which is equal to total students is equal to 1000. Total student is 1000. So we know that universal set or total student is equal to, this is the shaded area, this is the area covered by all this circle. This is the area covered by all this circle, that is union set. That is M union into A union C. M union A union C. That is here M is for, M means math. M means math. A means accounting. A means accounting. And C means costing. C means costing. So if you bring this here, so as you can see here, M means math, A means accounting. Suppose this one is C, costing, subject costing. So this one will be M prime, A prime, C prime. So that means M prime, A prime, C prime. So we know that universal set is the total area occupied by the rectangle. Universal set is the total area occupied by the rectangle, which is here 1000 students. 1000. So total students occupied by the rectangle area is universal set, which is 1000. So this is how we get, what's the formula of this one? So first of all we need to get the union set. That means the total area covered by all these 3 circle. Total area covered by this all 3 circle. So that means M union A union C. That is the total area. This is the total area covered by the 3 circle. Total area covered by all the 3 circle. M union A union C plus the outside portion. Outside portion. That is M prime. That is here no M prime, A prime and C prime. M prime, A prime and C prime. So we all know the formula for M union A union C is equal to M plus A plus C minus MA minus MA minus AC minus MC. So minus MA minus MC minus AC. So minus MA minus MC minus AC. That means MA, and then with M we will get C, and then AC, and then AC. I'm saying again. First we will get MA, these two, and with M we will get C, MC, and then the remaining two, AC, remaining two. So M minus MA minus MC minus AC plus the MAC portion. MAC portion. MAC portion is this is the MAC portion where M is also there. In this portion M is there. In this portion A is also there. In this portion C is also there. This is the MAC. So M union A union C is the M plus A plus C minus MA minus MC minus AC plus MAC plus M prime A prime C prime. In short, we can write it M prime A prime C prime. So in short, we can write it M prime A prime. We can write M prime A prime C prime. So M prime A prime C prime. So now if you put the values there, we can see that it is 1025 plus M prime A prime C prime. So that means we can see that this one is equal to 1025. So this one is equal to 1025. So we know that total number of student is 1000. Total number of student is 1000. So total, that means the area of the rectangle. Is 1000. So the total area covered by all these three circles, cannot be more than 1000. Cannot exceed the total rectangular area. So I'm saying again, total area covered by all these three circles cannot exceed the total area covered by the rectangle. So it can be same or less. So that means it cannot be more than U, which is 1000. More than U, that is 1000. So total students cannot be more than 1000. The data is not correct. So we can see that. So here we got that total area occupied by all this circle is 1025. But we got total student is 1000. So data is not correct. So that's the end of today's lecture.